What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I want to break down what's happening with the economic calendar moving forward and some very important factors involving the markets. But let me just mention that I am not a financial planner. Make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total. And the offering is very soon, in just about 2 weeks from now. Anyways, for SPY, we have this falling wedge-like structure, and we're actually continuing to fall right over here. And we're actually looking more bearish overall. We're going to likely continue to dip a little bit lower. However, despite this bearish pattern on SPY, there's a possible setup for a falling wedge. That does not guarantee it's going to play out. These don't always play out, but you have to be watching for confirmation just to be safe if we're about to get some kind of break or not. So I'm going to break some more information about this in just the next couple of minutes, but let me first talk about this. Just remember, guys, there's not really much data coming out. As a reminder, at 1 p.m., we have the 20-year bond auction. Once again, nothing too crazy. Then we have the Fed Beige Book at 2 p.m. There's nothing too crazy for economic data, at least for the remainder of the week. So this is going to be another quiet day. As far as SPY goes, I want to make this very clear that we have resistance now at 558. That was previous support becoming resistance. And we also have support at 557.25 around that range. So we're on a bit of a downtrend right now. We're continuing to fall quite a bit. And this is actually looking more bearish to me, at least for now. So right now, SPY is continuing to fall, okay? But the pattern that's forming on SPY has potential to see a bullish reversal if we get a clean break above 560 and we end up breaking some very, very key levels. So I'll be watching to see if we get a breakout from this falling wedge or not. If we get a big breakout, then we could see this thing attempt to fill this gap up here. If not, we're just going to continue to downtrend. So what should you be watching for? Basically, as of right now, we're bearish. We're looking like we're continuing to fall on SPY. There is some chop here and there, but overall, like I said, we are continuing to downtrend. But if we get some kind of break, you'll have to be watching for us to try to get back above at least 560, close above that or hold above that. And then that could be our signal that this thing wants to reverse. There's no sign yet. So don't just jump in like a headless chicken. You want to be paying very close attention, watching for confirmation, and having a reason to make that play, right? When it comes to day trading, what makes me successful is, especially when you're trying to scalp or trade intraday, the answer is you essentially want to just hold cash. And this is not really counting investments, you just want to hold cash and then wait for that opportunity. You don't want to enter anything for no reason. You just hold cash and wait for the opportunity to enter. You want to be looking for a good entry, a good moment. Otherwise, don't even trade. And it sounds very, very simple, but that's like a very, very important lesson. So, anyways, without any more trading lessons like that, I just want to make it clear that SPY is downtrending. However, with the falling wedge forming, if you're very patient, you look for a very, very good opportunity, there could be a time for this to actually break out maybe later today, maybe going into the next couple of days. It's possible. And this setup does exist. So it is something that could be played, but this is not necessarily something I would risk too much money on. I would say just manage risks entirely, not financial advice. For Bitcoin, there's kind of like a head and shoulders like structure. I'll be looking at this support right over here near this neckline area. I'll be looking at 64,500. If this breaks, we're going to be looking for a bigger dip. If this holds up, we could consolidate for a bit. So I'll have to be watching to see if that ends up being the case. Nvidia is getting a rug pull, losing 121 as support. We're continuing to fall all the way down towards support at 119. If that fails us, we'll be coming all the way down towards the 118.4 area. Then eventually the 115 zone is going to be coming next. We're looking more bearish on Nvidia because of the big news that came out from former President Trump involving policy with Taiwan and regulations. That's actually very important. So that's part of why many semiconductors are underperforming. For Tesla, of all things, we're also kind of underperforming here. We have some bearish signals. We're actually testing this trend line all over again. So this is now a test of previous support. I'm sorry, previous resistance becoming support. If we break through this trend line right here, Tesla will turn very bearish and the downtrend will continue all the way into the lower 240s. If we hold this support at 247, that's where this line happens to be. Tesla could try to rebound and start pushing back up to at least 255. As of right now, I'm seeing weakness on Tesla. There's a risk of it dipping lower, but just be very careful and watch for a big test of that trend line just to see what it ends up doing. For the QQQ, we look more bearish. We actually lost 484, or at least we're barely below that. But like I said, it's just looking more bearish. We just should have dropped for almost the entire day. So make sure you watch 482.5 as the next potential target. We are still looking more and more bearish, and I do see a risk of the triple Q dropping even more. For Aapl, we are trying to rebound a bit, but I think that it was the 4 hour time frame I was looking at when I saw something very interesting. On the 4 hour, we're just range bound essentially. So you guys could see that Apple has resistance at 231, which is where we ended up projecting. And we have support at 226, which is where we bounced off of. What does this mean? We're range bound between 226 and 231, and I think we're going to likely continue to do so. Watch which way we break between these levels. If we break 231, look for the gap pull towards 235. If we end up losing 226, look for a bigger rug pull. I'll be watching to see. I'm in the middle right now, so give Apple some time, but it is still showing some weakness, which is still dictating tech and other telecommunication businesses. When it comes to Supermicro, we're still looking a little bit more bearish. Going to be looking for a big test of this imbalance. Watch 820. If that fails, 800 is coming. We'll see if we get a bounce or not off that support, but it's still looking more bearish. For the IWM, we could be looking for a test of 222.5. We'll have to see how it ends up reacting. I think we came very close to that today already. So there could be a risk of a little bit more downside, and then we'll have to be looking for a bounce very soon. We'll have to see if this could close above 222 or not. But overall, the trend is bullish on the IWM. It's just getting a temporary dip. Now, Coinbase was trying to break out. Now it's trying to show some signs of possibly dipping a little bit. Going to be looking for that 245 area just to see what kind of reaction we get. If we lose that, we'll be dipping all the way down to about 240. If we hold this, we will try to rebound. So watch for that very carefully. For Amazon, we're looking a little bit more bearish. We have to be watching 188.5. If we reclaim this, we could try to rebound back up to 191. If we fail to hold above 188.5, we remain more bearish, and there's going to be a bigger drop coming towards 184. So Amazon does look a little bit more bearish, but watch 188.5 to see if we reclaim it or not. Meta's looking more bearish. We actually lost key support around 497, so our target is 468, which is what we met. And 462 is going to be our next target below this. We're looking more bearish. Watch resistance at 470. If that breaks, I could be looking for a test of about 478, but we're still looking bearish. It does favor downside for now. For Microsoft, we're also looking a little bit more bearish. Make sure you look at support at 439. If we lose that, there's going to be a bigger drop coming. If we bounce off this, we're going to try to rebound to 442. So watch 439 as a key level, our 200 EMA. For Google, we also have the support at 182. If this fails, let's look for 180. If we hold this, we could try to rebound. It's looking more bearish to me. GameStop dipped quite a bit only to rebound, so it's showing some strength compared to the market. Going to be looking for a test of 30 very soon. For AMC, it showed some weakness. It could actually dip back down to about 5.34, and we'll see if we get a bounce or not. So watch for that as well. Anyways, that's it for my analysis. That's it for my video, guys. I want to thank you all so much for listening. I hope you guys have a great day. And just know that SPY is looking kind of weak, especially on the 4 hour time frame. There is a risk of more downside, in my personal opinion. So we'll just have to see how things go. But with that being said, have a great day. Make sure you watch the levels that I called out, and you have to be very, very patient with the way that things are developing. All right, so take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon in just a couple of hours. Market to the moon. The long term is very bright despite the short term downside that we are seeing. So be patient and do what you have to do, guys. Thank you, and peace out.